Hey Dazzlers, welcome back. It's time to get into these caramel wrapped pretzels. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go ahead and jump into this. We're doing these caramel twist pretzels today in an autumn theme, fall type theme. We used the purple, red, and chocolate color meal to get that burgundy-ish color. We used the green, which is the forest, mixed with that cream base color to get that nice paler greenish color, and the mustard. We used yellow and the caramel color meal. These colors are so gorgeous and just perfect for fall. We also use the pumpkin spice Werthers original soft caramels to wrap our pretzels today. Not my favorite. I'm going to tell you why. And we use Clancy's pretzel rods from Aldi's. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to work with our pretzels. The Werthers soft are way softer than I'm used to. I'm not sure if it's the spice, but I've used regular Werthers soft chews before, and they worked a little different. But today, they just wasn't giving me what I needed them to give. It was not happening for me. So you'll see. I ended up using 3 caramels per pretzel. They seemed a little thinner than what I was used to. I'm just telling you, this was a whole situation of trying something new. So I rolled them out thin like I would my regular Kraft original Kraft squares, and that was not it. That was not it at all. Had to try again, bunch it back together, try to piece it together and not stretch it too much, but give me enough so that I could move with it. And it did work a little better, but because it's not exactly what I prefer, I went ahead and showed you at the end of the video how I use the Kraft squares instead of just the Werthers soft. Now, delicious they are. They came out great. But it's just not what I'm used to and what I was looking for. So I wanted to show you also how I generally, or which brand I generally use and what it looks like after I'm done. So again, 3 squares, smash them together. Just try to roll them just so that they are seamlessly one. Again, I try, and pulling too tight or something, and it's just not wanting to work with me. You see it's coming apart and I'm not liking it. It's getting thinner. It's going to be too thin. Yep, got to do it again. So go ahead and take that apart. I have never claimed to be perfect, but I strive for, they say practice makes permanent. So we're trying to do this again to get a permanent rollout for this type of caramel. I don't know why I wait to do a YouTube video to try something new. It seems like I do it often, like, yeah, I'm going to hop on YouTube and I'm going to make this tutorial with a brand of caramels that I've never used, or type of caramels, because I've used this brand, but type of caramels that I never used, because this flavor, I think it's the flavor. I'm pretty sure it's the flavor. It has to be the flavor. Never had these issues. But the flavor is good. I can't even lie. It was tasty, so I guess it was worth it. I don't know. Again, unwrap 3, mold them in together, fold them into each other a few times, roll it. And since I'm not, this isn't for order, I just use the top wrap the top where it was a little broken with the caramel. You can't even tell once it's all together, said and done. And again, these are Aldi's brand, or the Clancy brand from Aldi's. They are my favorite pretzel rods. They are great, salty and sweet, and well, salty. They're salty enough so when you add the chocolate and caramel, they give you that good salty and sweet. So they're my favorite because they come in a container, which makes it easier to store and not worry about them breaking or anything like the bag ones. And they are generally all straight. You don't get a whole bunch of crooked pretzels. So I love that about them. And they're a great price on top of it. So Aldi's brand, not Aldi's brand, but the Clancy brand at Aldi's is what I use. Now here I'm making the leaves with our chocolate. I'm going to tell you that I didn't get this in frame as much as I would have liked to. I am so sorry. I get into getting stuff taken care of and I screw up on the angles of the camera sometime. I'm working on it. Definitely going to need to get one of those head cameras that a lot of YouTubers use because I want y'all to see everything that I do. And I don't like being out of frame, but the video must go on. So here it is. I'm blending in these 3 colors to get those beautiful fall color leaves. You know, fall leaves are definitely one of my favorite parts of seasons changing because they're so pretty. And some of my favorite colors are fall colors. Like, I just love them. Most people, like, I even said to my mom, "Oh, look at this. Look at this reddish color. Isn't it pretty?" She's like, "That brown red? No." I'm like, "What?" But hey, everybody's not going to love everything. So it is what it is. But again, just swirling these in to get some beautiful colors. You can even do this with fondant. I have before. I generally use fondant, but I wanted to use these colors with chocolate. It just, I plan on making a fondant video soon. So I wanted to do this with chocolate so you can see that you can mix your little pieces and get different colors easily. And since I'm not doing a lot of pieces, using different leaves from the molds just works out. I end up making way more leaves than I needed, but didn't know exactly what I was going to do with them. So here we have it. Stuck those in the freezer. Now we're going to go ahead and get to dipping. Dip, baby, dip. Can't say too much more. I don't want to get sued. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and twist that pretzel in there. It's one of the ways. It wasn't that much chocolate in it, so I decided to go with just adding the chocolate with the spatula. Add the chocolate on top, and I like to spin that spatula, as you would see, around the end of the pretzel so that it could be even, have a nice even set to it. Ooh, look at that. And if you could see, the back of the pretzels are kind of flat. So where it was flat and laying down, that's what I'm going to put it back on. So the other reason why I prefer the other one, you don't really get a flat back. You see that? When I turned it a little bit, the back was flat. The back was flat, flat, flat. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want a flat back. I prefer for the back to be rounded. That big old back. Okay, I don't know why I'm in here talking these older songs, little songs in my head. But yeah, go ahead and get those dipped using the spatula to make sure we get all that chocolate Make sure you shake off that excess chocolate so you don't have a whole lot in the bottom. You don't want a whole lot of pooling to happen. The pooling is when all the chocolate that you have just comes out and makes a big old splatter. Some people even stand their pretzels up on racks and things like that. I prefer to just put mine down. I don't mind a little bit of a flat back. Again, twisting the top around, trying to make sure it gets down to as far as possible. These pretzels are gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be pretty, gonna be pretty. Scraping that excess off. Making sure we drip that down. Because it is important. I'm going to speed through the end of this. See, I made sure that was in frame. Scooted that on over when it got out the way. Hats off to YouTubers that get perfect videos all the time. Because this ain't easy. You would think it is, but it's not. Not when you have basic equipment like me. Anyways, no pity parties. Just saying. Alright, get those out the way. I'm going to go ahead and demode these leaves. Look at those pretty colors. Ooh, so pretty, so pretty. It's beginning to look a lot like fall. Look at these leaves. Oh my gosh. I just love these colors. Especially up against this cream color. All I'm going to do is we're going to drizzle. So we can add some of my custom sprinkles. Just a mixture of sprinkles I had. And added some gold luster dust to them. Give it that bling dazzle. That dazzle. Drizzle over that container, then put the sprinkles on over the container. Yes, that's out of frame too. Sorry. I feel like I say this in every video, but I feel like I'm getting better. I'm working on it. Work, baby, work. Come on and work, baby, work. I'm dabbing these with some gold luster dust. After putting on those sparkles with the gold accent to it, I just had to. If you want to know how to make this luster dust, turning luster dust into paint, I'll go ahead and add that luster dust video to the description below. Again, we're going to add the leaves to these. We're using chocolate and just putting a little dab on there. Not too much because you don't want that chocolate to be a blob outside of the decorations that you're using. So you want it to be enough to hold it on, but not too much where it's just takes away from the beautiful details that you add to your treats. So yeah, adding those to our caramel wrapped pretzels. And they're so pretty, but they needed something. What do they need? What are they missing? They are missing a little more luster dust. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and add a little gold to those leaves just to make them pop just a little more. I mean, look at how detailed the other things are. Had to do something. Had to dazzle them. Because it's the dazzle for me. Look at how they shine. This is made with chocolate. Those pieces are so pretty. A nice thin paintbrush. Keep it controlled. Make sure to make them pretty so that it's extra special. Now here are the Kraft caramel squares that I'll be using to show you just one pretzel. Nothing too serious, but how I like to use these generally rather than the other pretzels. I'm not pretzels, the other caramels. And oh my gosh, I put on the wrong gloves, guys. Like, I bought all these gloves and I bought the wrong ones. Yes, these are kitchen gloves. Yes, they are great for handling food, but when trying to do details, they are not so great. I am struggling. Mostly because these gloves are so loose, they just keep making it harder to roll out. Usually I'll be rolling these out on the mat like you saw me try to do the other caramels. But since it was getting away from me trying to do that, it actually worked better with these gloves on to do it this way. So you can do it anyway. But because this caramel is a little stiffer, it is harder to work with. But some people just put it in the microwave. For me, I like to just make sure it stays stiff because I like the way it wraps. But not with these gloves. So yeah, I changed gloves. Had to. So much easier. But you would twist it just like you twist down the other one. Twist the pretzel and roll. Twist the pretzel and roll. Twist the pretzel and roll. I'm gonna go ahead and get this chocolate ready for dipping. Do it the same way we did the other ones, but it's just the way that they turn out that matters to me. Matters to me. I want to make sure I didn't dip it too hot. You know, if you dip anything too hot, you'll get that. A lot of times you'll get blooming, you get dull treats. There's so many things, so you want to make sure do that. And I went ahead and I'm making it like the other sprinkle ones. Now you can see me add the sprinkles in correctly. But you see that difference? You see that you can see the swirl. Like, you can actively see it wrapping around the pretzel. And that's what I like. You see the difference? The other one is flatter. That one's more detailed. You see? You see that? So that's what I like. I like that a little better. But like I said, the other ones came out so pretty. Look at them. They're so pretty, so fall-like, ready for fall. Ready to get things going. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And tell your friends to come join as well. Never stop dazzling.